Welcome to Electronic Seed YouTube channel. Today in this video, we will learn about basic DFT testing principles. Let's get started. The semiconductor industry faces a huge challenge: manufacturing integrated circuits that are completely flawless. Transistor densities are increasing at an exponential rate, packing more devices onto every chip. Process nodes are shrinking to single-digit nanometers, which pushes fabrication to its physical limits. At these smaller nodes, the probability of defects actually rises significantly. These defects often take the form of short circuits or broken interconnects within the chip. Defects can render entire chips non-functional, which is a serious problem. This leads to major financial losses and can damage a company's reputation. Design for Testability, or DFT, is the solution that embeds testing capabilities directly into the chip architecture. DFT enables fault detection before any products reach customers. It ensures reliability while also maintaining cost efficiency throughout the process. DFT is a systematic approach to incorporating test structures into the chip. These structures are integrated right during the design phase. Its core objective is to identify manufacturing faults before they ever reach end users. DFT engineers introduce specialized hardware blocks specifically for testing. This facilitates comprehensive testing without the need for expensive external equipment. DFT insertion typically occurs after the synthesis stage of the design flow. It is performed after the gate-level simulation is complete. This strategic timing allows for integration when the design is already mature and stable. This approach allows for comprehensive fault coverage across the chip. The inserted test hardware remains dormant during normal chip operation. It only becomes active when the chip is switched into testing modes. The importance of testing has grown exponentially over time. To illustrate the complexity challenge, the Intel 4004 had just 2,300 transistors. Modern processors, on the other hand, contain over 2 billion transistors. They achieve this with a similar physical footprint, leading to a massive density increase. This incredible density creates multiple new failure mechanisms we have to address. The fabrication process never achieves a perfect 100% yield. On a standard wafer, typically only 60 to 70% of chips function correctly. The remaining chips suffer from various defects introduced during manufacturing. One common defect is short circuits between adjacent transistors. Another is broken interconnecting wires that fail to carry signals properly. Substrate contamination occurs when impurities get into the silicon. Lithography errors can happen when the pattern transfer process has issues. Defects can also originate from bugs in the EDA tools we use for design. So defects are not solely from the manufacturing processes themselves. Errors made during the design phase also contribute to the problem. DFT engineers introduce test-specific hardware blocks into the chip design. The process involves test pattern generation, where we create input sequences. We exercise the chip's functionality by applying these patterns. Response analysis then compares the outputs with the expected values. Internal access enables visibility into the chip's internal nodes. Mode switching controls whether the chip is in test or functional mode. The test hardware remains transparent and invisible during normal operation. It is only active during testing modes, as we mentioned. DFT is not an afterthought in the design process. It is an integral part of the design flow from the beginning. There is area overhead, typically taking up 5 to 15% of the total chip area. There is also a performance impact because critical path delays can increase. Power consumption is higher during test mode as well. Finally, test time requirements must be carefully optimized. Using precise terminology is what distinguishes professionals in the field. A defect is a physical difference between the intended and actual implementation. For example, two metal lines that are shorted together represent a defect. A fault is a representation of a defect at the functional level. An example would be a stuck at 1 on a logic gate output. An error is an incorrect output signal value from the circuit. For instance, when we expect a 0 but observe a 1. A failure is a deviation from the expected system behavior. An example is when a chip crashes under specific operating conditions. The chain goes from a defect to a fault, then to an error, and ultimately to a failure. This table summarizes the key terms, their definitions, and examples like two metal lines shorted together for a defect. A defect manifests as a fault at the functional level. That fault can then cause errors in the output signals. And those errors ultimately lead to a system failure. The industry must clearly distinguish design verification from manufacturing testing. They serve different purposes and occur at different times. They also use different methods and produce different outputs. Both are absolutely essential for overall quality. The purpose of design verification is to ensure design correctness before fabrication. It is performed once per design. The timing is before manufacturing begins. The focus is on design quality and functionality. Methods used include simulation, emulation, and formal verification. The output is a verified netlist that is ready for fabrication. The purpose of manufacturing testing is to ensure the quality of every manufactured chip. It is performed on every single manufactured chip. Its focus is on device quality and reliability. The method involves applying test patterns to the physical chips. The output is a pass or fail determination for each individual chip. DFT techniques enable several key testing methodologies. Scan chain testing is the most widely implemented of these. Built-in self-test, or BIST, allows for on-chip pattern generation. Boundary scan is another IEEE standard technique for testing. Scan chain testing connects sequential elements into shift registers. This provides controllability advantages for testing. It also provides observability advantages. Internal state initialization becomes straightforward with this method. Test patterns can propagate efficiently through the logic. And fault coverage increases substantially. BIST incorporates test pattern generation directly on the chip. It also places the response analysis directly on the chip. This enables at-speed testing of the device. It also reduces the requirements for external test equipment. BIST supports system-level testing. And it also supports field testing after the chip is deployed. Boundary scan is a well-known IEEE standard technique. It facilitates testing at both the chip and board levels. It tests the interconnections between chips on a PCB. This enables testing without the need for physical probes. It also supports debugging and diagnostics. Implementing DFT presents several significant challenges. Area overhead is a concern because test structures consume valuable silicon area. This area could otherwise support additional functionality. Teams must optimize this through careful architecture planning. Performance impact is another issue, as added hardware can increase critical path delays. Designers must carefully consider the timing implications. This is especially important during placement and routing. Test pattern generation requires sophisticated algorithms. We need simulation tools to achieve high fault coverage. Power consumption is also higher in test mode, which is a challenge. This can cause thermal issues or voltage drops during testing. Continued semiconductor scaling continues to drive innovation in DFT. Machine learning integration is a key trend, with AI assisting in test pattern optimization. AI also helps improve fault diagnosis. This reduces test time while still maintaining good coverage. 3D integration testing is another area, dealing with stacked die configurations. New DFT strategies are needed for chips with multiple active layers. They must accommodate through silicon vias in the design. Adaptive testing allows for real-time adjustment of test parameters. These adjustments can be based on the process corner, and they can be based on environmental conditions. This approach improves the overall effectiveness of testing. Quality assurance is a major benefit, as systematic testing ensures product reliability. Cost reduction comes from early fault detection that prevents expensive failures. It also prevents failures from propagating downstream. Time to market is improved because efficient testing accelerates release cycles. Brand protection is another benefit, as reliable products enhance customer trust. Yield improvement is achieved by understanding fault mechanisms and optimizing the process. DFT is essential in modern semiconductor engineering. It bridges the gap between design intent and manufacturing reality. As process technologies advance toward atomic scale dimensions, the importance of comprehensive testing will only continue to increase. DFT enables manufacturers to maintain high-quality standards. While they pursue aggressive scaling targets, DFT ensures that intricate silicon devices deliver reliable performance and that they power our modern electronics. Thoughtful test architecture design is absolutely critical, and systematic implementation is required for success. Continuous refinement positions DFT as a cornerstone of the industry. Successful semiconductor product development depends on it.